Pirates of the Caribbean is one of my favorite attractions at Magic Kingdom within Walt Disney World. So in today's video, we're going to take a lap on the attraction together. Before we get started, please like this video. Please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of Magic Kingdom's Pirates of the Caribbean. I would love to hear in the comments. And of course, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. At the time of this recording, we are pushing for 20,000 subscribers. So I would greatly appreciate your support. Thank you so much, everybody. One more thing, please click the link in the description to give my Instagram account a follow. I would greatly appreciate that as well. Magic Kingdom's Pirates is within Adventureland in the park, which differs from the original attraction at Disneyland, which is in New Orleans Square. Magic Kingdom's Pirates of the Caribbean also has a much larger indoor queue. I feel like the Pirates at Disneyland has a queue that's basically sprawling all over the Midway, which isn't the most appealing at all. For today's video, we are going to use a POV that was shot by LMG Vids. He is consistently posting the best Disney and Universal POVs on YouTube, so I would recommend you head over to his channel and give him a subscription. I'll link the POV that we're going to use right here as well, if you'd like to watch the POV without me yapping over it. So unlike the Pirates in Disneyland, you are going to be dispatched straight into the cave sequence. So you're completely bypassing the opening scene within Disneyland's Pirates of the Caribbean, which has the Blue Bayou restaurant and of course the rest of the bayou. For Florida's Pirates of the Caribbean, you go straight into these very, very eerie caves. I love the water on the left-hand side, the waterfalls. Waterfalls within caves or waters like in the dark just kind of like gives me the chills. So I appreciate that this attraction has that aspect of as well, even though like you can clearly see where the water is. Like I think of that scene in the Timber Mountain Log Ride at Knott's Berry Farm that has the water like moving in the dark and it just gives me chills. This doesn't have it to that degree, but it's still like the same vibe. I love the skull rock right there. Our Pirates at Disneyland does not have anything that resembles that rock that forms a skull as you're coming up on it, and as you pass it, it just looks like normal rocks. And then this scene is duplicated from Disneyland's Pirates of the Caribbean, but funny enough, on this version, it's on the left-hand side with the skeleton and the bird on its hat with the crab. At Disneyland, it'll be on your right-hand side, which is pretty interesting. And then immediately after that, we have the storm scene, which is also within Disneyland's Pirates of the Caribbean. I feel like this one is much brighter, so I think it's a little less eerie, and for that reason, I like it less. And then this will be the approach to the first drop. The left-hand side right there, you can kind of see through backstage, which is not ideal. I also hate that exit sign right there. That right there was our ride photo that it just took. And we're going to go down the first drop right here, which of course, just like Disneyland's Pirates of the Caribbean, is in the dark. This drop is actually pretty small, and I hate the exit sign that we're going to see at the bottom of the drop right there. It really annoys me. It really takes you out of it because it's supposed to be like in pitch darkness like the drop at Disneyland is. And then this is always my favorite part of any Pirates of the Caribbean ride within any Disney park, and this one is no exception. You have an amazing reveal of this massive pirate ship launching cannonballs at the land, and of course the land is firing back at them. I love the water splashes. I feel like the water splashes in Florida are much larger than the water splashes in California, so you might get a little wet. For the most part at Disneyland, I feel like you're safe from those water splashes, which is pretty interesting. I also feel like the buildings in this scene are larger in Florida than they are in California, at least height-wise, but that might be an illusion because you might get closer to these buildings in Walt Disney World. I also like the water effects with the mayor in the well. I feel like the water effects in Disneyland either don't work or they're much more minimal. I also think it's funny that his wife just whips open those doors like all the way. The one in California does not do that. There's also much more distance in between these two scenes right here. You see Jack Sparrow on the right hand side right there. There's way more distance between the mayor scene and the auction scene. At California, they're like back to back. They're right next to each other. Like you turn your head and you're already in the auction scene. For Florida, you kind of drift up upon it. Of course, the redhead was the center of controversy a few years ago when they changed this scene to be a little more appropriate for Disney parks, which I understand. The bridge is really cool, how it's littered with animatronics. The auctioneer is always one of the most popular animatronics for Pirates of the Caribbean. He's probably my favorite animatronic in both versions of the attraction within the United States. But then here we're going to reach the turntable sequence. It's much smaller than the version in California. I think I should have done a better job explaining that when I made my review video for this attraction. I also like that the chicken racing around the pillar right there is broken, so you just see him like hiding behind it. That's funny. And then of course Jack Sparrow hiding in the barrel. That's a pretty iconic scene as well. Here's two other turntables as we start to make our way into the burning city. Of course, before we reach that, we're going to pass the pirate with the cats. We're going under another bridge right here, and you can see the burning city in the end of the scene where our next boat is. This is another really cool animatronic. I like the cats. He kind of has his own spotlight, like literally and figuratively. You have a lot of time to take him in, and then you're going to turn your head to the left over here, and you will see the three singing pirates and the iconic song, Yo Ho, Yo Ho, A Pirate's Life for Me. The lighting in this scene is so cool. So cool. Like, I know there's that famous story where they like the fire department made them have like an emergency off switch because they were worried that some guests might think that it's a real fire, but it's obviously part of the show scene. I don't know if that's true or not, but either way, I think that's pretty amusing. The pirate with the hats on the left hand side is also very charming. The pirate with the pigs on the right, and then of course we have the shoeless pirate sitting up here at the top with the parrot holding a bottle or a jug, whatever you want to call that. And then we're going to make our way into the jail scene, which might be one of the most iconic theme park images of all time. The three pirates reaching for the dog with the key. That is a very iconic scene. Of course, it is replicated in every single Pirates attraction. I don't know if it's in Shanghai. I can't tell you the last time I watched a POV of Shanghai's Pirates of the Caribbean. But this is at the end of both Disneyland and Disney World's version of this attraction. I liked how Paris actually recontextualized this scene, almost to be more like the movie, where they're actually like in the city before you drop down into the big battle with the big ship, which of course, as I mentioned, it was my favorite part. Here's our Jack Sparrow animatronic, the last animatronic you're going to see before you exit the attraction. The Pirates of the Caribbean in Walt Disney World has a much more abrupt ending because you do not go up the lift hill like how you do at Disneyland. Walt Disney World actually has an unload area, kind of similar to Haunted Mansion, where you get out in a different section, and then the boats go up the lift hill themselves, which is why when you exit the attraction, you're going to go up this up ramp right here. Very similar to Disneyland's Haunted Mansion. So I think it's kind of funny that Pirates at Disney World and Haunted Mansion at Disneyland have an up ramp, but Pirates at Disneyland and Haunted Mansion at Disney World do not have an up ramp. So kind of interesting. And that will be your ride experience on Pirates of the Caribbean at Magic Kingdom. Do you agree with everything I said? Do you disagree? I would love to hear in the comments below. Please like this video, and of course, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you later.